Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sly Jesse here, and today we're having a look at the recap of my level 20 build for a Duelist two-hander. So we'll take a look at the path we're taking at the moment. Now, Duelist isn't really the favourite for most people because they don't really like how you can't really change in between. Like, I'll give you an example. How Duelist, there isn't much where you can expand and it's hard to get to the other side of the tree. Where all these other people, they've got lots of options of what they can do, where the Duelists just have these small options of what is allowed to do. So we'll get right into it. So we're level 20 at the moment, and this is the way I went from level 1 to level 20. So we went down here, straight into two-handed damage, into might, and then we went straight over to life, 8%, 8%, 8%, and then 1% of life regeneration per second. And then we went across down here to two-headed damage. Down here into the other health, which is life, and Golem's blood, which is 1.5% life regeneration per second. And then we came back up here and we're getting armor now. And the next one I'm going to get is steel skin. Now the reason I didn't go into life regeneration is because it's only 0.4%. And I'd much prefer to have armor to protect myself, so I don't take as much more damage. It's much more, since I'm building armor, it's much more better to get this armor than this regeneration at the moment. So the future plan for the build in the skill tree is to go across here, get the 6% in all elemental resistance, then pop up here and go straight into these life ones here, and then across into these life ones here, and then up into these resistance, and across here into these life regenerations, maybe, because there's a 12% increased maximum life at the end. Otherwise, if we don't go across here, we might end up going across here and getting either armor here or two-handed across here. So this is a two-handed armor build. We'll have a look at the items. Whoops. So level 20, I got a pretty decent two-handed axe. One hits everything up to around about level 19, which is good. All my other items are based in health and strength and armor. Health, strength, and armor, of course. Totally had a mind blank there, and we've got this, because I needed a little bit extra mana, because I found myself running out a little bit, I got this 20 plus 21 maximum mana, and it gives me 2 life for each enemy hit by my attacks. So that helps me with my mana regeneration when I'm fighting enemies, and gives me that little bit of extra mana which I need. So everything else is just pretty much armor, they're all rares, all magics, and life. Now my flasks, these two are usually just life flasks with the magic life flask, which usually I have dispel or more regeneration, but I found that once I got to the greater life flasks, they were much more better than the previous ones, so I put 2 of them in here. And I also had another greater life flask, but I decided that I would keep this medium life flask in because it has dispel for frozen and chilled, and it also regenerates quite a bit for a medium flask because it's got plus 50%, which is 150 life regeneration. I also have a quicksilver flasks, which just gives me 40% increased movement speed, and it's got plus 20 charges on it, luckily. So I found that one, and that's just to get in between all the mobs and farm faster pretty much, because I don't have speed increase on my boots at all. I do have some boots with speed increase, but I found it much more better just to have a flask than just boots with speed increase. So until I find a rare with speed increase, I'll just use normal boots. And then we've got a greater mana flask. So that's it for items. We'll have a look at the stats at the moment. And so we've got 109 strength, which is an extra 54.5 health, which is really good, level 20. Got 537 health, quite decent. Got nothing intelligent, so I don't really care about that. I've just got that little bit extra mana in that item, and we've got some agility, you know, just come into items. So we've got a damage per second of 128.5, which is really high. Not the highest, but it's one hitting everything, you know, just a default attack, which it's good if you're, you know, just hitting a boss or something. I use heavy strike to hit a boss. Otherwise, if I'm hitting mobs, I just use sweep, which I'll show you in a minute. And we've just got 2 life gain on hit, which is when I'm just running in between all those minions and mobs, and you know, they're all attacking me, and I just sweep around and just take all their health. Well, I take all their health and I get a little bit for me. Lucky me. So we just got a little bit extra stuff on here. Got increased quality of items and increased rarity of items dropped. I'm kind of into those things, but you know, you don't really need them. And we got 368 armor, which gives us an estimated 44% damage reduction from physical attacks. We don't have much resistance at the moment, which is quite a shame, but that's why I'm going to go into it a bit later. I don't really need it at the moment because we're just building up health, and although we are versing a few things that are magical, it's nothing to worry us at the moment until we move over to this side of the map. Around here, I believe, is where there's lots of magic, and that's when I've got to look out for it. So that's it for explaining how the character is. I'm going to show you what I've been doing in a minute, and showing you why I've picked the certain gems I've shown. So we'll check that out right now. Alright, so here we are. This is where I just reached level 20. So we're heading down here at the moment, and we can take out all these guys with one hit. I like to just check these superior items for the plus 20% ones. And heading down here, not too many at the moment, so we use our flask so we can run around faster. And here we go, we can see here we got 5 or 4, and this is where we use sweep. So we just whack them. Of course, these aren't the best ones to use on because they can kind of just run away. One left, so we'll just leave it, and we'll continue on. Got 2 magic ones here, or blues. Greater mana flasks, that'd be nice to pick up. And we can just pretty much just run around doing this. Usually there's a lot more together, so here we go. We've got a yellow here, Painstalk, and we'll use, what is it called? Heavy strike on him, and it just pretty much takes him down in 1-2 seconds. It does so much damage, you don't really have to worry about much more, and because you're damaging him, you get a little bit of health. So we'll just look for a big mob around here, and I'll show you the escape mechanism I use. So it should just be around here somewhere. And there was a weird noise outside. So here we go. There's quite a few here. You know, they could do lots of damage to me. They're not going to, but as you can see, this is just an example. So what I can do is I can throw down my decoy totem. Oop, wrong button. Throw down my decoy totem, and then I can just jump away. And that'll give me enough time to escape if I want to. And then just say if I get my health back, I can jump back in and damage them with my leap slam. But I really don't need to worry about that. Otherwise, you can just jump out and then put in the decoy totem once you've landed wherever you're going, and that'll just give you a bit more time to run away. Other than that, that's my build at the moment, the two-handed duelist. You know, like I said at the beginning, not many people like duels, but I find him fantastic. Two-handed is great after you get past about level 14. You know, it's good before 14 and after 14. Around 14 it's a bit difficult when you're just finishing Act 1, but after that it's easy, and before that it's easy. It's just that Act 1 boss which is a bit difficult being a two-hander. Well, that's all for this episode. If you liked it, remember to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe. You can subscribe on the annotation on the next page, which will come up in a sec, and I'll see you guys next time. Just got hit by the edges of them. So as you can see, I'm playing one of the level 5 star things, and it's a bit more challenging than if I was playing a Slayer or a Mage. Especially a lot more harder than playing an Archer, which is 2 stars. So we just killed him, we'll go over here, and